Everyone in this room grew up in a period since World War II where we were used to seeing a world that was ever increasing in its freedoms. We saw walls come down, we saw new nations born, we saw the ever greater ability to express ourselves, to practice our faith, to associate with whom we would, and we came to believe it was inexorable. We came to believe that it was like the laws of gravity. Or it was, as Martin Luther King said, the moral arc of the universe always bending towards justice. Until all of a sudden it wasn't bending towards justice. And we've come to realize, much to our shock, that there's nothing inevitable about this. There's nothing inevitable about democracy or democratization. That this experiment in this country, this great experiment, self-governance, now 2.5 centuries old, is not inevitable. It was improbable at its start. And we've witnessed something we never would have imagined in this country. We have witnessed with incredible rapidity the creation of a climate of fear by this administration. We see universities afraid to speak out, to defend their own students, to defend their own academic freedom. You see universities rushing to make deals with the administration. You see universities cowed into silence, not stepping up to defend other universities. You see members of the press excluded from public events because they don't use the administration's favored parlance. And you don't see other members of the press in solidarity with them. You see law firms rush to cut separate deals. You see lawyers purged from the Department of Justice. You see FBI agents purged from the Bureau. You see scientists purged from their agencies. A wholesale effort to weed out and drive out anyone of independent thinking, anyone who will stand up and defend the rule of law or science or the freedom of thought or expression, right down to ordinary citizens who are now afraid. If the government of the United States can pluck a man off the street and send him to a prison in El Salvador without any kind of due process or any process whatsoever, then no one is safe. And if the government's response to that is to discipline a lawyer who dares to speak the truth to a court, then no one is safe. And the answer to this climate of fear, there really is only one answer, and you're seeing it today, and that is courage. We must demonstrate courage in the face of this fear. In this very committee room, or one like it, Joseph McCarthy and his allies made the country afraid and caused people to inform on each other and betray each other, allowed people and to be driven out of the government and to be persecuted. And we wondered how that could be. We wondered, how could so many people be complicit? Well, now we know. Now we know. Now we have witnessed it in our own time. But I will say this of the brave witnesses who have come and testified today. All of the rest of us have to ask ourselves, looking back at the McCarthy era, what would we have done? What would we have done if we were faced with the loss of our jobs, if we were faced with the loss of our livelihood, if we were faced with the loss of our position? What would we have done? Well, you don't have to ask that question. Your being here is all the answer anyone could demand, and we are deeply, deeply grateful to you.